What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the Legends coming to College Football Ultimate Team tomorrow. Now, I'm guessing the Legends drop's going to come at 1:30 Eastern time tomorrow. We'll see. They've been kind of weird with Sunday drops. They were supposed to come in the morning. I'm expecting them to come at the normal content time. But at the start of this video, I want to go over these rush packs as well, which I personally think, guys, EA has made so much money off of these packs. Now, whether they're good value or not, I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. But I do know EA is making a ton of money off these packs. I'm going to cover the new ones that are in this in the drop tonight and whether they are worth it or not, before specifically diving into the Legends tomorrow. Now, this stepped up offer, I don't know. I'm not going to buy it. I know a lot of people did in my, there's some people that did have success with it, but it is decently expensive. The goal line pack, this is new. Legends goal line pack, you have a 10% chance for 86, 24% chance at an 85, but that is a pretty expensive pack. 471 overall uncommon players, 77 uncommon, as well as 380 overall legends, 80 plus 80 overall legends, and 182 plus legend. Again, it's fine. I just don't probably think it's worth it. Then you got this one, the Rush Offensive Trench Pack. But again, when I'm looking at these odds, you have an 8% chance for an 85 overall. It's fine. Ultimate Alumni Pack, you do get an 85 overall Ultimate Alumni, and you have a 4% chance pulling an 89, a 13% chance at an 88, and an 87% chance, or a 32% chance at an 87. I know this is an expensive pack, but at least you're guaranteed an 85. I don't necessarily hate that, but again, if you're talking about 5,800 points, guys, you're talking about $45 for one of those packs, which is just crazy expensive. Goal line pack, it's fine. Again, pack odds, they're okay. Probably gonna get at least an 83 or higher. But my whole thing with all of these packs is I just don't necessarily think they're worth it. And again, if you've bought these packs and had success with it, like, congrats. I wish you guys the best. I just personally didn't buy any of them, nor do I need to. Now let's talk about the Legends coming tomorrow, and I was wrong. I thought we'd get a punter or kicker. I was wrong on that, and we also see some big time guys. Let's start with the 87 overall LTD Vince Young. This card is an absolute beast. He's an absolute stud. There's nothing negative I can say about Vince Young at all. I mean, this card is the definition of a beast. 84 speed, 87 throw power, 87 short accuracy. I mean, just all around, his throwing stats are fantastic. His speed is an 86, which is fantastic as well. I will say this right now. I think Lamar Jackson is just as good as Vince Young. Lamar Jackson has 86 speed. Throwing stats aren't as good, but again, with that 86 speed, it makes up for a lot of things. I think he's just as good. Vince Young obviously is going to be way more expensive and probably is the better overall quarterback. It's just he's ridiculously expensive. Now, a lot of people are talking, oh, well, Vince Young's going to be more fun to use. And guess what? I probably tend to agree with you guys on that. This card is going to be an absolute stud. There's nothing negative I can say about this card. It's just one of those cards that I wish we would have gotten before Lamar Jackson would have came out. So then we maybe, could, I don't know. Because I just feel like if you've got Lamar Jackson for what? 200,000 coins right now, it's just tough to be like, well, yeah, like, let's go buy Vince Young. It's just tough for me to recommend people doing that. But again, this card's going to be an absolute stud. One of the best quarterbacks in the entire game. I'm going to put him number 2 behind Lamar Jackson, but still be super fun to use. And maybe tomorrow, depending on his price, we'll have to pick him up, do a gameplay. This is the card I was wrong about. When this, legend came out and it looked like this, I was like, okay, this has got to be a punter or a kicker. It was just this skinny bit player build, and I was like, he doesn't look like he's an athlete. I don't know. It's Maxx Crosby, though, and this card looks pretty okay. Is this card anything special? I mean, he's fine. Like, here's what I would say when I compare him to a guy like Myles Garrett. He's better than Myles Garrett, but not by much. I mean, the cards are relatively similar. So that's the thing for me that I think is tough is, like, again, when I'm comparing him to some of the other top ends in the game, like a Myles Garrett. It's like he's probably better than them slightly. They're better than Myles Garrett. But is it enough for me to pick up a guy in Maxx Crosby? I think it depends on his price. Should be a card that doesn't go for it doesn't go for a ton come tomorrow. So just kind of keep an eye on Maxx Crosby on his price. But again, when I'm looking at things, I don't think he's a card that should be super expensive tomorrow. But just another right end. I feel like we've got a lot of good defensive ends right now in the game. Maxx Crosby is just going to be another one. Again, not a card I necessarily think you've got to pick up. Not a card that I think is that great in college football ultimate team. But he's going to be an okay kind of placeholder at the right end position, and definitely a card that can do what you guys need him to do on the field. Next up, guys, we see Michael Crabtree. This card is a stud at that wide receiver position. Another kind of thing that I want to talk about is we've got studs at the wide receiver position all over the place, though. I still think Mike Evans is an absolute stud. Then you want to talk about some of the other guys. Well, I mean, you want to talk about stud? Luther Burden's in the game. He's an absolute stud. You want to talk about some other ones? Well, A.J. Brown is in the game. He is an absolute stud. I mean, we got Randy Moss still in the game. He's obviously an absolute stud. Chad Johnson is really good in college football ultimate team. I mean, from top to bottom, the amount of good receivers that we have in college football ultimate team is just kind of ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Michael Crabtree is going to be really, really good as well. Probably like, what, number 3 wide receiver? I'm trying to think. So you got Burden. Then what do you got? A.J. Brown and then Crabtree. Am I right on that? That's probably what I'm thinking, at least right now, when I'm trying to rank them in order. What is his price going to be? Honestly, I expect his price to be like 200 to 300,000 coins. So for that value, I think it's going to be tough to beat. Again, right in there with Chad Johnson at that, not super overpriced range. Because again, if you want to buy A.J. Brown, you're looking at 600,000 coins. You want to buy a guy like Luther Burden, he's like 900,000 coins. Crabtree is decently tall. He's going to, have decent speed and at an 86. And he's just going to be a really, really, really good wide receiver in college football ultimate team. So definitely a guy that I might have to look at picking up come tomorrow. So as far as these cards, guys, Vince Young's probably the best card. Crabtree number 2, and Maxx Crosby coming at number 3. I hope we see some more really good budget guys as well, because those guys are super fun to use. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new. As always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.